You don't know who Alicia Silverstone is? Ugh, as if! She catapulted to fame with the 1995 coming-of-age classic, Clueless, which essentially she carries on her entire shoulders. It's a very satirical and hilarious coming-of-age high school movie, and it just really is one of the best of its kind. Silverstone acted in this endlessly quotable movie when she was just 19 years old, and it catapulted her to fame. And if the government could just get to the kitchen, rearrange some things, we could certainly party with the Haitians. Even though she grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, her parents are both British, and actually her father hails from an Ashkenazi Jewish background. And on this channel, in this series, that's what we do. We try to find famous Jews and decipher their ancestry. I'm Yonah Paley, and I believe genealogy is fun. I had 2 bowls of Special K, 3 slices of turkey bacon, a handful of popcorn, 5 peanut butter M&Ms, and like 3 pieces of licorice, and the paternal ancestry of Alicia Silverstone. She was born to parents Monty Silverstone, a real estate agent, and Deirdre Radford, a flight attendant. Figuring out who Monty's parents were didn't prove to be the easiest task, but after some digging through interviews and articles online, it turns out in one interview, Alicia talks about the fact that she went to temple with her 90-something-year-old grandfather named Sidney Silver. So what I did was I went about trying to find someone named Sidney Silver living in the San Francisco Bay Area. And what I found was a guy who was named Sidney Silver, whose original name was Abraham Silverstone, and his wife was named Alice. Alice died in 1975, shortly before Alicia was born. And from tracing records of Abraham and Alice's immigration and seeing where they lived, it soon became pretty apparent that these were the parents of Monty Silverstone. So Abraham had changed his name to Sidney and his last name from Silverstone to Silver, and his social security death index revealed the name of his father, which was Aaron Silverstone. By taking the information I'd collected on the family in the United States, I was soon ready to go across the Atlantic and go through some of the British records to try to trace the Silverstone family. And what I found was in the 1911, 1901, and 1891 UK censuses, there was a family of Aaron and Kate Silverstone living in London, England. And on the 1891 census was actually a brother of Aaron's, Jacob. Aaron and Jacob had 2 sisters, Annie and Leah, and in addition, in the 1891 census, we also get to see their parents living at the same address, who were named Zali and Fagel Silverstone. So now we had Alicia Silverstone's great-great-grandparents, Zali and Fagel, who were born around the 1830s. And what I tried to do next was to figure out maybe where they had come from, since their records all seem to say Russia or Poland. From looking at when and where his children were born on these censuses, I figured that Aaron had come to the UK between the years around 1887 to 1889. Thankfully, his naturalization document does exist, and what it says, it gives a town of origin that he's from, which is Dumbrovich, Russia. I did a search through Jewish Gen's community databases and found 2 towns which had name variations resembling Dumbrovich. They were Dabrovichi, Poland, and Dubrovicia, Ukraine. Note, I specifically narrowed down cities that at some point were in the Russian Empire and at some point part of Poland, and that is because many of the records in the Silverstone family documents mention Russia and Poland as their places of origin. There is also a chance that Dumbrovich refers to either Dobrova Gornicka or Dąbrowa Białystok, both in Poland, or even Dąbrowo, Belarus. Unfortunately, there are just too many potential towns that the family could have come from, and I conducted a search through the online records for most of them and just didn't find anybody that leapt to mind as being this family. So sadly for now, we're kind of brick-walled at the great-great-grandfather Zali Silverstone. So there you have it. What are your thoughts on the Silverstone? Probably originally something like Silberstein or Silverstein or something like that, from Dąbrowicz in either Poland or Russia. Let me know in the comments section, and also be sure to follow me on social media. I've included links to both my Instagram and my Twitter in the description section below. And that wraps up our episode. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, I'm looking forward to bringing you more videos as well as tips and tricks that you can use in your own genealogy research. So thank you so much for watching, and I will get you next time.